Good morning, Citizen Jones.
Yeah.
I am happy to always be here. Your man Friday on a Saturday morning. That's
Yeah,
what I like to
yeah.
say it.
And still, it's 20 days into April.
Already.
It tells you it's 111 days into the year, so we are left with 255.
I can't forget the day we came here to sign up for the first time in the new year. And like we say, whatever you need to do it quickly. Otherwise,
Time
before
is
you
of
yes,
essence.
yes.
Okay, so papers are in, so we'll go straight to them. Share the stories with you. Fraud allegations. EFCC tightens news on Malami Sirika and Farouk Umar.
As far as I'm concerned, that is not news. It's not something to cheer about. Tightening the news, what does that really mean? They've had this evidence a long time. We've had a lot of investigations revealing how much some persons had taken from government, not taken, looted really from government. Now, we even have the more immediate cases of Beta Edu and the other lady. I can't pick her name now. Money. It's the tradition. Let's go back to where we used to be, where the states will generate all the money they need, make all the money, and then pay tax to the center. That way, we will be able to be more accountable, okay? And not sit back and be lazy and be waiting for what comes towards everyone, because money that you didn't work for, you don't owe anybody an account. Of course, it's true.
Okay, Okwama killing. Army releases detained traditional ruler to Senator Dafidone.
Yeah, well,
I heard the news yesterday.
Sure. I did too. Except that I'm wondering why, now that the army has released him, he didn't go back to the police, which means the army will be the one to prosecute him in court. Right?
I don't know.
That has to be it now, because he was with the army for 3 weeks. They didn't charge him. I don't know why they held him for that long. And then, but it was the police he surrendered to. So now that he is out, what then follows?
I hear why he was released is because he voluntarily turned himself in.
No, but of course he did. But Citizen Jones, shouldn't we really even be more and more surprised that people have been declared wanted by even the army? All right, and they are still at large. Are they in Nigeria? Oh, come on.
Okay.
Come on. I think it was General Atiku said Nigeria is a disgrace to the world now. That Nigeria's insecurity had become a disgrace to the world. And I mean, you hear this things, and I mean, the least anybody could do just to keep quiet. People have been declared wanted for weeks. Nobody has.
Okay, Cyril, it's now 7:20, 20 past 7. We move to The Guardian. Of course, the story I just shared with you is a lead story in The Guardian. Okwama killing. Why army? Beg your pardon. Why army released detained Delta monarch. So get a copy of The Guardian and you'll be better informed. Yeah, some more stories in The Guardian this morning. Police invite Akpata Edo LP chairman over Uniben violence and shooting.
Yes, there was an incident when Olumide Akpata had went to campaign at, but this happened almost a week or two ago. So I'm wondering why it's now that we're even getting to hear that they are inviting them for exactly for what? It was a show of shame. It just goes to tell you that in our politics today, violence and thuggery still have a very strong foothold, and that our politicians are not yet in the mood to play by the rules and to just play right. Isn't that rather unfortunate? You can't campaign on the strength of your ideas. You wouldn't seek to test your popularity. What you'd rather do is to intimidate an opponent, possibly assassinate them, even in some cases, so that maybe when you have become the sole contender or the sole person who can distribute money, and just follow through with the process, and then you have no position. But it shouldn't be so. People should fight. There are people in this country, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, for example, in Rivers State, Sergeant Awuse, for example. I mean, every state has had its own. People who ran, who just kept on running, but they didn't become. But what did they do? Their presence enriched the process. It's part of democracy.
Yeah.
Must you win? Must you win?
There's no law that says you must win.
There's no law that says you must win. But I mean, be there. You know, even in America, we've had several of them. That someone like Senator Barry Goldwater, you know, and even Senator John Kerry, they would have given the world to lead America, but it never came true for them, and they didn't kill anybody for it. Why Akpata? What is the thing with Akpata? A lawyer of many years who wants to become governor of Edo State, and they say no. Why? What's the thing with him? As far as I see it, you have the APC, you have the PDP, you have the LP, and in the manner of speaking, you have the other party, the NNPP. But right now, I think it's PDP, APC, and Labour. What is the special thing about Akpata that you want to?
Okay.
You see, the thing is this: even the old guard or the older guard should be happy seeing young people who have built everything that they've got from nothing into something, come into the race. So, for example, there was a time when we had an information minister in the person of Deep Chukwemeka Chikelu. He was I think he was in his 30s or something. So there's just, you remember that young man, Chukwemeka Chikelu. He was a person just
Chikelu,
yeah, information minister.
Smallish man.
Good.
Like
And nobody says he was a youth.
He was a bomb.
He was a youth. Good. Seeing such young men come into this space should give even their enemies some cause for admiration.
Yeah.
Why are you going after Akpata? What's the thing with it?
All right.
As far as I'm concerned, that was a proxy attack. Come on.
Cyril, another story in The Guardian we should look at this morning is this. PDP extends Damagum's tenure as acting national chairman and more.
Sure, it did. Some headlines have even been more brutish and more direct in casting headlines by saying things like Wike lost out. Atiku lost out. Wike is still in charge of the party and so on. My personal take is that they are averting the doomsday, and probably to avoid it entirely if they can, to avoid it completely if they so can. Yeah. That's my personal reading of the situation. They are averting the doomsday and seeing if they can avoid it altogether. Everything they've done is to reduce and mitigate their losses. Okay, but I am sure that in August, push will have to come to show.
And still with a PDP crisis, only God gives power. Atiku tells supporters.
Yeah, but come on, they does it mean you won't contest for office and just sit back for God to serve it to you, alaka? The way I see this thing, right, with Wike, so with Wike in the PDP, the party will not be able to give the APC a good fight for their money.
Deliberate what he's doing.
I don't know. In 2027, somebody said this Wike man controls the APC and PDP in Rivers State. I don't know if that is still holding now, but the man is, you can't push him over. Okay, you can't push him out easily. So he is the president's very strong ally. Citizen Jones. Wike is the president's close friend. They're like
Siri, it reminds me of the Iron Lady.
Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah. There was this problem with a dinglefoot. She said, rather than stay inside and allow the man to pee on the inside, let's bring him in so he can pee on the outside.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's a master class in political strategy. So that's really what it is. Even the PDP too are careful not, because if you kick Wike out, you're not sure.
Yeah, you'll kick so many things
out. So it has become a necessary soft food.
Sai. Okay, hear this. Musicians back EFCC. They say ban on Naira spray. Good.
So let me be a bit cheeky this morning. So did you see the video of where a lady brought money, plenty money in bundles, and put it in the hands of the musician, and he just took it and passed it on to his aide? What that tells me is that, you know, when they spray money, sometimes the vocalist or the person singing may not even get to know how much was really packed and picked up and counted. So now when AFC has woken up, all the money, you can't give it to the drummer now. All the money.
Seriously, that thing is not foolproof.
All the money you just can give the singer. He had better one an apron. When they bring us, just keep putting it. The people know what they are talking about now. Citizen.
Yeah.
They know what they are talking about. Because sometimes when you spray, security men, pretenders and bystanders and bypassers, everybody wants to have a
cut.
Sometimes money is even flowing backstage. Somebody told me how he had gone to cover a wedding also. Where he stood operating his camera, the money kept on flowing to him. He didn't know that the security
monitoring too.
As soon as he pretended to go and ease himself. As he turned the corner, they said, "God, come here."
Surrender this.
They say, "I don't go surrender." They share. He went back. They say, "Come back again." So that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
There is this live band people, these live band singers. They are the ones who welcome this thing more. Maybe it was somebody's prayer that he's walking like baboon and eating like walking like monkey and eating like baboon. So he does not want it anymore.
All right. Obi not mixing politics with religion, says Media Aid.
There is no need. See, for as far as I'm concerned, putting Obi on trial does not add anything to anybody.
At this time,
the man should be free to do anybody really should be free to do anything they want to do. What are you putting him on trial for? What is the thing about? Is Nigeria better today than it was 1 year ago? Is the PDP better today than it was 1 year ago? Even Labour Party is having issues. What is the thing with picking Obi and has it become somebody's pastime to just make news out of it? When if you want to be popular, attach yourself to P2B. Does it really make much sense? I don't think so.
All right, hear this one. Police detain Yaya Bello's ADC and security details.
Citizen Jones, before I come to Yaya Bello's story, which I really want to feast on. You see, this P2B story, right? Back in the day, we used to be told that Awolowo, he would say, stay on message. You know what that means? When producers and opponents take a swipe at him or something, he would say, no, don't condescend to that level. Don't come down. See, this politics of ideas and principles and ideals is possible if you so want to play that way. Stay on message. There's nothing that comes out of attacking an individual. It doesn't pay. In fact, P2B became more popular through people attacking him. So maybe they should continue because they'll only make him more popular. Now, to the Yaya Bello issue, I had said it some days ago that the president would either need to fire the NSC or take the blame. All right. Why do I say so? The act of removing Yaya Bello's ADC and security aids is belated. We didn't need to come to this. The whole charade of what happened on Benghazi Street in Abuja was avoidable. And what if this was a standoff between a foreign army and local and Nigerian forces? Wouldn't anybody have known that such a thing was going on? The EFCC got to Yaya Bello's house at 9:30 in the morning. All right, they said they wanted to arrest him. Yaya Bello's security aides, the Punch was reporting that some of them even wore special forces, whatever, insignia on them, some DSS and so on. Okay, they didn't allow them gain access into the building. That's what we had. Then this went on from 9:30 a.m. till 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. How many hours has passed? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, like 5 hours had passed. Then Governor Ododo of Kogi State came to Yaya Bello's house. You now have 3 contingents of security detachments, 3 security teams, all working. So Yaya Bello came. Usman Ododo came, went to the Yaya Bello's house and ostensibly took Yaya Bello, put him in his car and drove off. Now, my question is this: if the EFC had gone to effect arrest, was there an interagency coordination? And when they got and couldn't access the house because of people who said they shouldn't enter other security agencies, didn't they call somebody higher to say we are having this resistance? What can we do? Then the NSA, so nobody even informed the presidency up to the point, because the reason we're asking these questions is in the nation's capital, 3 different security detachments.
Yeah.
We are going, and nobody could call the shots immediately. The simple thing I would have expected is this: whoever was in charge of whatever should have escalated the matter. This withdrawal of ADC and security should have happened within that 5 hours that the EFCC was waiting to access the building. Withdraw them from a bill and order him to come out.
Cyril, the court is in the picture here.
No, it's not a court issue.
No.
The Supreme Court has said it time and again.
A court of competent jurisdiction, as you say. There was a restraining order
on
the security. Don't go there.
On the EFCC.
Yes.
But the question is this now: what the Supreme Court has said over the years is this. It has said it again and again that if law enforcement is about to breach a person's how was it even put? That if the order is to prevent them from undertaking criminal issues, that order should not be given. But if it is for fundamental rights and things, basic issues, then it's a different ball game. Now, even if Citizen Jones, even if the matter would have been that the EFC was not supposed to have gone to arrest him, why did they then go in the first place? Why didn't somebody with higher authority? Because when the EFC went to arrest, it's basically saying police went to arrest Bello. So the IGP somebody should have made the call to say, man, withdraw your men. It now begins to give the picture that indeed, even if Bello has questions to answer, there's a political witch hunt. I have no dog in this fight. But honestly, what happened that day was totally avoidable. What they should have basically done, that three security teams didn't have to go and converge there and then end the gunfire. It was needless.
Have you read Shakespeare's Comedy of Errors?
Long time.
Go there. All right. Another story to choose from in the Vanguard is this: why IMF? Why we asked Nigeria to remove fuel subsidy?
The IMF always has reasons to tell countries, especially developing countries, to take subsidies off. Subsidy of education, Tinubu has done it. Subsidy of power, Tinubu has done it. Subsidy of petrol, he has done it, but it's controversial. Very controversial. I believe that they are still paying subsidy. I do believe it, because that's what my own basic math tells me. But for what it is worth, the IMF has only one model. Professor Niyo Shundari said one time that you are the doctor who healed by killing the patient. Your citizens won't get any better. Meanwhile, even in America, where the IMF's office is, the government pays subsidy on power. Now that they said take subsidies off, the 22 hour a day pandemic people, are they getting it? They are not. This whole thing is a lie.
How do you calculate it?
Oh, come on. By the hours. Let's ask them, are they getting the so-called 24 is it 20 hours a day power? They are not getting it. They are not. And why hasn't anybody quickly moved in to address that infraction? Because they're paying for it.
Okay. A lawyer is giving us a howler here. Lawyer asks Kogi Assembly to begin impeachment process against Ododo.
That a governor will call it. You don't want to know my full recommendations for this whole issue. If a governor, I'm sure if this had been under Obasanjo, that a governor will carry his retinue of security officials to undertake this kind of rescue mission, extraction. They will withdraw everybody around him for another 2 months. It's not right. That's a gross violation, obstruction of justice, violation of the constitution that he sought to uphold. Citizen, when you see this kind of thing, don't you feel sufficiently ashamed and embarrassed? Shouldn't all we be? Shouldn't we all be?
Okay. Am I embarrassed by the next story? Kebbi Customs intercept foreign rice orders. And okay, let me put it properly. Kebbi Customs intercept foreign rice orders worth over 126 million naira.
And we should dance. That's the one they want to declare. What's his name? The investigative journalist, Fisa Yoshoyombo, undertook a very dangerous mission to expose far-reaching corruption and malfeasance in custom sector. Talking about smuggling.
It reminds me of Anas in Ghana.
Yes, the level of work that guy did is the sort that exposed sabotage. Actual that one passed this, it passed smuggling. That was pure economic sabotage, and they have not done the first. Rather, they declared him wanted. They've not done the first thing about it. And we should celebrate 126 million. Something that any serious smuggler can just pay off. The day they are ready to fix this country, I'm sure they will do. They know what to do.
Okay, how about this? How mechanic murdered 80-year-old man wife in Abuja, the CP.
Oh, terrible, so terrible, so terrible.
80-year-old man.
Come on.
Sometimes you wonder if these stories are true.
Why would he do that? An 80-year-old man.
And the wife.
That's terrible. I hope they arrest him. You see, it's not just enough to put it out there. If he's been arrested and taken to court, the process should be thoroughly undertaken and should be diligently prosecuted, so that in the end justice is served. It's not enough to just accuse.
All right. How about this? South African police nabbed Nigerians who attacked cops during drug raid.
I saw the story too. Nigerians.
Crazy times. Okay.
Produce crazy stories.
Yeah. The Nation newspaper is here. PDP plot thickens for Dabangun's stay till 2025 convention.
Well, I'm not a party man, so as it is, what happens in the PDP?
Your dog is already home.
What happens in the PDP should stay in the PDP, right? The party does not even look set to off-proof to play the role of a good opposition for against the APC. Somehow you just feel that the APC
and these things deliberate.
The APC and the PDP don't look different. They don't look different.
Same difference.
The same difference. The PDP has there are friends of APC in PDP, and there are friends of PDP in APC. They are all just getting along and getting happier by the day and so on. Why should anybody really be too bothered about it? But what the PDP is doing is a disservice to the country and to democracy.
Okay. This one, court dismisses money laundering charge against ex-AGF Adoke.
I said it earlier. The man has worked on me. In fact, earlier he had gone to a particular newspaper to buy up an entire banner spot, top spot. Put the judgment on the there. You can download and read. Say he has been acquitted. You see, but the judge said this whole thing was prosecuted rather poorly. Can anybody whose job it is to oversee how cases are assigned investigate how Adoke was prosecuted? And if there was complicity or lack of diligent processes, bring that person to book or something. Because if sanction that person, because if it's not done, you may hear that they've stolen all the money, they've done this and done that, but there's no guarantee that these matters go to court and that they'll serve justice.
Siri, do you know what one book that comes to mind here? Fighting corruption is dangerous.
It's dangerous, but somebody has to do it. They didn't say impossible. It is dangerous, but yes, but nothing. Why are you in government? Why are you there in the first place? We thought it was to do what others couldn't do. That's why in democracy, normally you fight a war of ideas, and that's no easy war. That is why people resort to violence. It's no easy war to convince people. Look at Donald Trump. He campaigns on ideas. He tells you what he wants to do, and he comes and he begins to do it. You think it's easy to win a war of ideas? It's not. It is even more difficult to implement. So when you appoint weaklings, people who obtain power by vote buying, people who obtain power by intimidation of opponents, people who obtain power by killings, you have installed weaklings in power, and they can't do any they can't bring any meaningful reforms or change, because they know that they didn't get power from the people. So the only place they will service is the place where they got power from. Okay, that's the irony of the whole situation. Why and when that has become the problem, they can't solve any pressing social issue. You know. So right. That the Mr. Adoke went after all the hoopla and money we spent and wasted to bring him back to Nigeria and everything that they said. In the end, he was discharged and acquitted. The people who thought that they had the lead should be arrested and punished. Frankly speaking, there is a possibility that the man was indeed innocent, okay, but that people who just wanted to seek political vendetta that went after him. So now they should come and answer these questions. What really happened in court? That's my view, you know, because if we won't deal with these issues, somebody will come tomorrow and then do the same thing. You see, for all you care, even Yaya Bello, they may take him to court now, and 1 year later, Citizen Jones, one solid year later, you will hear that he too had been discharged, acquitted. Because there are no, but of course it's because there are holes anybody can pick in the way they've gone about. You said the man stole 80 billion before he even became governor. Later on, they said he stole it 3 weeks after he became governor.
How much money was in the coffers?
I don't understand it. I don't. How much is the combined? You see, because for me, I'm in the middle. I'm not a fan of Yaya Bello. I'm not sure I'm enamored of his tenure as governor. Neither am I a sympathizer with EFCC. But let's start for the truth. So this man, Yaya Bello, was governor of Kogi State, and the initial thing the EFCC said was that he had stolen 80.2 billion naira before he even became governor. Later on, they amended it that it was after he became governor. For such one ton recklessness alone, they shouldn't even be going after him. You can't come out today and say he stole. Tomorrow you say no, he didn't steal, and then the day after you say he stole again.
All right, Cyril.
It just tells you you're not sure of yourself.
Cyril, let's apply the brakes here and give the listener a space. Yeah, dear listener, time for you to take over the mic. 0700 903 903 903. Which story or stories caught your fancy? How do you react to it or to them? Let's get going. I have a first contribution here.
Hey,
good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, I greet you.
So how are you, my brother?
Good morning to you, sir.
You have Ambassador Musba here calling you from Mushin.
Go on.
According to what you said now, he said whether we have to accuse after. Why can't he offer himself for questioning and defend himself? Which means he's guilty. He put himself guilty now. It makes it worse.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what's happening? So now he needs to be arrested, and Ododo cannot go unpunished with this. So, my appeal to the assembly member of Kogi, they need to do something about this. And the people of Kogi should mount pressure on the assembly member to start a query. That's the issue. That's why people should participate in government. Kogi people, the ball is in your court. Thank you.
Many thanks. Take the opportunity. 0700 903 903 903. React to the stories we shared with you. Good morning to you.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Citizen Jones, good morning. This will be calling from Ikeja.
Obi, welcome.
Yeah, this is just about Yaya Bello. How do you talk? Is he hand of ace of version? Is it that how they say it or is opposite? Please let me ask Yaya.
Jacob, yeah.
Okay, let me ask Yaya Bello. Why didn't he resign during the APC primaries when other people resigned and allow the incumbent president to contest without contesting with him? Thank you very much.
All right.
So for the record, my position does not obviate the points Musba raised. Yes, of course it does not. But my own is the truth should be the truth, basic.
All right. I have another.
By now they should have already impeached Ododo.
Hello. Good morning to you.
Good morning, citizen Jones.
I greet you, sir.
And good morning, Cyril.
A very good morning to you, sir.
Honestly, I'm just calling you guys
give
to
us your name,
appreciate.
where you're calling from, please.
Oh, okay, sorry. Ola from Chicago.
All right.
I'm purposely waiting for you guys to listen to what you are discussing.
Okay, then.
I have nothing to say about Nigeria this, but I'm enjoying your program. I'm just calling to appreciate you
enjoying our
guys.
show from the Windy City.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, then.
Thank you very much, Cyril.
Thank you so
I
much.
love you, Cyril.
Thank you.
I'll tell the
Thank you.
wife. I'll tell the wife. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, then.
All right, sir. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay, 0700 903 903 903. How do you react to the story or stories we shared with you? Take advantage of the time now. I have another caller here. Good morning to you.
Hi, hello, good morning, Citizen Jones.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Cyril. It's been quite long.
A very good morning to
Hearing
you.
your voice.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're speaking with Marvelous Joe.
Marvelous.
Wow.
Let's go.
Yes. Jones, I'm a bit muffled now because I don't know what to say. Having listened to you, I think yesterday, and journalist Shoma was giving another perspective to this. So I'm a bit confused now because from what I see Shoma say now, it was like they need to take something like a letter of acceptance from what's it called now from Yaya Bello. So I'm a bit confused. Even you, I think you, Otitoju, everybody was confused. I don't know. So I think the lawyers, I don't know. But back then, I don't know whether the lawyers or the liars. I don't know which one is
They are lawyers, please.
confusing us now. Just, I don't know which one to believe now. So good, nice one. In fact, after the one I heard of the.
Are you there? Okay. The line is open. 0700 903 903 903. Cyril, the things you hear.
They are unbelievable.
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
They say 75-year-old man got to the doctor, ear, nose, and throat doctor. After examining one ear, the doctor said, "Pa, the other ear go spoil." The man said, "In 75 years, I've had enough."
Yes.
If you like, make it go. All right. Good morning to you.
Citizen,
I greet you, sir.
I greet you, and Cyril, I greet you.
Morning.
We greet you too.
Yeah, my name is Kelvin.
Calvin, go on.
Yes. I also wanted to ask, is Yaya Bello still the white lion? Citizen Jones.
Yeah, Cyril would say he has no dog in the fight. Me, I not get foul in the wahala.
Because I know that lions are fearless. They don't run like that. But just like Marvelous Joe said, I'm also confused. Different interpretations from different lawyers. Some said the this has to be vacated. Well, what I'm hearing from the Femi Falana is also different. But the sad thing of all this is that people commit crime allegedly, let me use that word for the sake of it, and now come back to use the courts to protect themselves. And I'm sorry for the use of that state, coming to fight and protect and defend the indefensible. It's sad that we're here as a country. But just like George Orwell used to write, that those that elect corrupt politicians are not victims. They are just accomplices.
I agree. Good morning to you. Are you interested in what we're doing? Come and call. Share your perspectives with us. 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Jones.
I greet you, sir.
Yeah, good morning. No.
Morning to you, sir.
Yeah,
Namika, you're on air now. Go on.
Yeah, I want to comment on the Ayamelo and the FCC issue. My brother, this is another display of disgrace upon Nigeria again. What happened at court between EFCC and the water? We never finish that shame. Another shame I call again. 3 different Nigeria security apparatus fighting over one. Yeah. Danjuma said something day before yesterday. Said we have found a disgrace in the world. More than laughing stock.
Yeah.
More than laughing stock.
Nemeka, you know, when people read stories about Nigeria, they are wondering if Nigeria is on the planet.
My brother, people do ask me whether we are among the human race. They do ask me that question. I beat myself from many platforms because of these Nigeria issues.
It's a pity.
All right.
How can you be talking with people?
Nemeka, 60 seconds. We are 60 seconds. Make I take another call.
Okay, God bless you, my brother. God bless you.
All right,
See,
room for one last call
in 5 hours, somebody should have known what was going on. Goodness. And told those people guarding Yabelo to give way.
Cyril, make I take the last call.
Abba.
I hope you keep your radio out of it so we have a smooth discussion.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
This is John.
Yes, sir.
I'm Cyril Abaku. Good morning, sir.
A very good morning to you,
My
sir.
name is Peter Usifo. I'm calling from Abanoje in Cotton.
Yeah, Peter, go on.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Recently, I listened to one of the lawyers, a very good analyst in Nigeria. And
keep this radio out. Are they hear my voice over your radio?
I'm far away from this. I'm far away from it, please.
Please.
I'm far away from it, please. Can I go on?
Go on.
Thank you. I said recently I listened to a popular lawyer.
I heard that. Go on.
And who is a developmental economist, but I don't want to mention his name. He said that the perpetual injunction order that was given to Odili in 2007 is permanent. And I believe that nothing is permanent in life. Anything that is permanent in life is change. So, and many lawyers have been, supporting the people persecuting these ex-governors without them knowing that these ex-governors believe that this perpetual injunction is where they get their own power from. That is, they either say that.
Osifo, 1 minute over. Thank you. We got it. Thank you very much. Okay, we are done with the papers, and our next show is five minutes away. Thank you for watching, for listening, rather, I should say. Cyril, many thanks for your time.
Thank you, Citizen Jones.
Yeah, but just hold on.
This is your #1 radio station.
90.3. The one radio you tune in on your way home. This is the one.
BOP 90.3 FM. You are listening
to your the number one station.
The Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
The best of football talks rocks your radio every Saturday at 12 p.m.
That is magnificent. That is why he has got the golden boot.
Tune into the Soccer Scoreboard show.
Around on the counter, Benzema in the box again. It puts it in.
On the People's Radio, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos.
Osimhen in on goal here. He has option square, and it's off the line by Virgil van Dijk.
Don't miss it.
Drug use has been prevalent amongst the youths. What do you think can be done differently?
This
this is simple. It is because of the way they find themselves. When you engage them in the right direction, when they become productive, the values that shape a society is critical in behavior and controlling what people want to do to earn a living.
About 14.3 million Nigerians between the ages of 15 and 64 are drug abusers, spends approximately $15,000 and $30,000 annually on psychotropic drugs and alcoholic beverages, respectively.
The Senate accordingly resolved to mandate the Committee on Drugs and Narcotics, direct the Nigerian Education Research and Development Council to review the Nigerian curriculum for basic and secondary education to include special drug education as a compulsory subject in such schools. Direct the National Universities Commission to make the inclusion of special drug education as a compulsory course in the General Studies program, while the National Orientation Agency and the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria should increase the rate of public campaign against drug abuse in Nigeria.
This is Voice of the People.
90.3 FM.
We give you a voice.
Hello, this is your good radio pal, Citizen Jones Hussein, with the Voice of the People VOP Radio 90.3 on your dial. Join me, Citizen Jones, every Saturday 7 to 8 a.m. on newspaper headliners and 8 to 9 on Citizen Jones This Morning. I'll be sharing 2 solid hours of compact radio with you. Keep the date, Saturday 7 a.m. to 9.
Are you listening? Tune into Matters every weekday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. right here on Voice of the People Radio, VOP 90.3 FM. Join Ikami Jide for an engaging exploration into the intricate world of global politics. We cover anything and everything from international relations to global political landscape. That's right. Matters is your daily dose of informed discussions, breaking down the latest political headlines and providing insights into the decisions that impact us all. Stay informed, stay engaged, expand your knowledge, and be part of the conversation that matters.
Oga politician, this money where you carry come your constituency come dey distribute anyhow. No be say dem say make you distribute am. Na to do community work. Wetin happen? If you no fit do the work wey dem ask you to use the money do, return the money to government treasure. We need our money. Make people no call you ole. If you do like ole, then go call you only.
Football.
It's all about the skills and the sets.
Lovely touch from Leo Messi.
Nani.
Rooney! Oh, wonderful! What a goal!
The bruises and the bruises.
Joshua is trying to take him out of a really wonderful.
The twist and the turns.
And Cristiano Ronaldo has matched the scorcher he scored.
The dribbles and the drop shoulder. Making a day for in-depth analysis
of events from the field
and tracks on Football Fans Lounge.
Napoli can't believe this. They've torn Liverpool apart again.
Football Fans
1-0 to Real Madrid. Benzema with his 13th goal of the season. It's the deadly duo once again.
At 5 p.m. every day
with the best radio team
on the best radio in the city of Lagos.
Voice of the People 90.3 FM.
The Evening Rush with Pressures. Let me bring you a reminder of hot topical conversations of the day.
Even state investors. That's what you're saying. You've not funded those as well.
Critical analysis of hot and trending topics on Hot Topics.
That's enough for a responsible government to take appropriate action.
Politics.
If every president, every governor, every minister, every commissioner took his job seriously, this country would not be where it is.
Economy.
We're not growing in terms of what's happening with the economy.
Lifestyle. Human angle. And sometimes the unusual. Evening Rush with Precious. Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. 90.3 Voice of the People FM, Lagos. Now,
you are live on the Nighttime Show with Ryan. Let's have a conversation to promote healthy relationships and social issues all in one. The Nighttime Show is going to be fun, having segments like Dear Ryan, Confessions, love talks, open mic, and more will put you on the edge of a beautiful night. That nighttime show. It doesn't matter what ships you are on, just tune in every Tuesdays to Fridays on your number one People's Radio, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
Hello, this is your good radio pal, Citizen Jones Hussein, with the Voice of the People VOP Radio 90.3 on your dial. Join me, Citizen Jones, every Saturday 7 to 8 a.m. on newspaper headliners and 8 to 9 on Citizen Jones This Morning. I'll be sharing two
You are listening
to your number one station.
to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Do not
they don't pick bills for, must not use the wrong words, people who they know have stolen their countries blind, and Transparency International.
But now them they keep the money.
Well, of course.
For them.
So when you invite 10 governors, even marginally as that sounds, is that not bringing some kind of imbalance in our trade relations? Trade, yes, I mean, trade accounts, because they are going to come as usual with a retinue of their aides. They are not going to be coming with their wives and their concubines, their children, adopted children, and all that will go with them. And they know all this. And we have become more or less a laughing stock. The third point, which I will add to Cyril's very beautiful treatise here, is the fact that, I hope I heard you correctly, you said 10 governors. The last time I counted, we have about 19.
No, there are 19 governors in the north. Okay. The star boy here is the Katsina governor.
Okay.
And the other 9.
And nine others. So they
yeah.
selected them, I think, Plateau, Niger, Kaduna.
So you decide
northwest and north central,
and because northeast is now safe and it's not part of the north.
I don't know. So please don't ask.
We must begin to get serious in Nigeria. We must begin to tell those who are ruling us that we are not altogether fools. You can continue to fool yourself and your people, but certainly you can't fool us.
All the time.
Another avenue for the boys just to go out there. The last time it is your wives that wants to go and go abroad to go and see how they can be better wives to you, and then your children how to be good children. You now have to take them out. Not only is it that you take them out and then you break protocols. Citizen Jones is becoming one time too many. That when they said General Danjuma says we are a lot that should be pitied, and we are a lot that should be laughed at. So, Citizen Jones, these governors do not know, have not done a fishbone analysis to establish why they have problems of insecurity in their places, why we having the JPOG, why we having the DAPCHI, why we are being kidnapped every day. And by the way, that is all over. So I hope their southern counterparts will not take a decision on how to cure headache, since your hospitals are...
If they get invited, they'll go.
To learn how to cure headache in America. The point I am just making is that I'm happy some of these lurid stories. You as a journalist, you bring them out. You bring them out so that people can continue to fight. Look at the Kaduna State governor. Initially, Ubasani said that there are 300 or whatever it is. Now it is 206, and the president put an indicting statement and said, we don't really know which one is which. We don't know who is paying what. We don't know who is paying salary. Everything is a jambalaya of lies. And then that is now the time that you decide that you want to do a nyambori to go and learn. I also said that I'm a bit surprised that they are not, because these governors know who these bandits are. They can't tell me they don't know who these bandits are, and the non-state actors. I'm surprised they're not putting them in the entourage. But let's go there and go and establish a detente of sorts.
Yeah, well,
have you heard
very lurid and very unserious.
Have you heard that bandit linchpins in Zamfara State wants to have a dialogue with government?
Because as I speak to you two, 40 persons is kidnapped in Katina. As I speak with you, the latest figures: 23 persons killed in Kaduna, an unspecified number missing, 12 persons killed in Plateau.
Cyril, are we damned?
we always ask these questions. We're not. The other time.
Cyril.
Last time you were done. Yes.
Cyril. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Where you have many mad people, even as they say Nigeria is a very unserious country, we still have pockets of people that anywhere, any day, I just wanted to put that, anywhere, any day, you say these are different Nigerians. They will beat you hollow in all departments of human capacity development.
Yeah.
I wanted to just throw this into what Cyril is going to say. Even within that incubus north, I am very pleasantly happy that one of my own poster boy by way of governance, that's Professor Zulum, is not in that fray. At least not in that fray yet. That is quite pleasing. It's quite pleasing that when you put the men and the boys together, the boys have decided to go and do a jamboree like Mansa Musa on his way to Mecca to go and kind of show up, but you still have serious-minded people. Cyril, I am very, very, very sorry. Please go ahead.
No, it works. Maybe there's something that Governor Zulum has also done in the Northeast, because he's been on the trot. He's been very hands-on with his approach to developing Borno State. Who knows what price he has paid, but I know that the governor has done,
and the people
are rallying behind him. I think when people see leadership, they know where to turn. They know how to also follow. So that's primarily about Borno State, and that maybe explains why he's not on the list. But for those who are, the African Institute, right, that is inviting them. Now there are a few questions. The North is home to some of the biggest schools, arguably in Africa, but in Nigeria. You have ABU Zaria. All of the first generation universities in Nigeria are very heavy on the social sciences. ABU Zaria can be left out. I think it was from there we had the likes of Bruce Onobrakbe and even the man who won the Nobel Prize 2 or 3 years ago, the novelist Guma from Tanzania, but he had also worked at ABU. I mean, they've had a very strong scholarly tradition.
Have you forgotten Patrick Wilmot?
There's a long list of them.
Patrick Wilmot.
There's a long list of them.
Just name them. Jerry Ghana.
Then you come
lecturer
to, yes, there. Then you come to the best of the North.
By the way, Akin is an alumnus.
Yeah, so the best of the lot. The best of the lot.
Why is Cyril pointing at me? I'm happy this morning saying I'm one of the best. Thank you, Cyril. Go ahead.
The best of the lot have come from there.
Yeah.
At least, even if in context from the North, have come from there. It's their pride.
Bala Usman, Professor Bala Usman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whether you like them or not, I mean, they've had some very good hands come out of that place. So you also have BUK, right? Bayero University in Kano, which is also a school you can't push away. Unimade, you have Uni just answer. So one now begins to ask, what are those schools in what are those schools around for? We thought that the power of a university
20 past 8,
or the
20,
influence of a school ought to be both in the gown and in the town. So they ought to be able to be centers of learning and civilization that are able to undertake research, undertake findings, and profile solutions that up until today, maybe they don't even have centers for conflict resolution studies and things like that. We just goes to tell you that these schools may not, that is if they don't have, that these schools may not even be in step with where society is today. Which means they are institutions that are covered under an umbrella of dust, and they are there signifying nothing, doing nothing. So much so that it will take. But again, somebody will ask you, if a university in Nigeria had invited them to come for this kind of program, would they have honored it?
No.
Would they have taken it seriously?
No, they will ask the professors to come.
The same schools.
The
same schools they will not fund. Now they want someone else's. Other taxpayers are funding in America are the ones inviting us to come and learn how to secure, govern, and protect our citizens. just while that decision is on the table, like I said, 12 killed in Plateau 2 days ago. No, it was even yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. On Wednesday, 23 killed in Kaduna, and now 40 missing in Katsina. You recall when the former governor of Katsina State, Governor Masari,
yeah,
who for all you care had always been a disciple of Mr. President, former President Buhari, was pushed to the wall. He had to cry out and said, this president has abandoned us.
And when the president abandoned him, what did he do? He went to start negotiation with bandits.
You know that famous picture where the governor was talking and the bandit leader had his rifle slung on his shoulder in front of a governor. That's when they say whether we are a failed state, I think that so anybody's guess should be as good as mine.
And when I ask if we're damned, you are tongue-tied.
I think my guess is as good as yours also. So that about Nigerian governors will be who have security vote, who can appoint, who have power to convoke security council, people that can sit down, work out solutions for them and that they will implement. But which they will not because of politics. And I've traveled to America to go and learn how to govern their spaces. I'll give an example. Because when this has happened, sometimes you wonder what others could have done when they were in war situations. During World War II, Hitler all but wiped out England. The bombings began to start, everything. What did Winston Churchill do? He arranged for a secret program. In America, they were having the Los Alamos project, the Manhattan project, the bomb, which was also a secret project. Even if the Soviets were aware of it all along, but they were developing the atomic bomb. In America, in Britain, what did Winston Churchill do? He summoned Britain's finest, from chess champions to linguists to historians to psychologists, and then to the mainstream mathematicians, physicists, chemists. He brought all of them together on a secret project called Bletchley Park. It was in Bletchley Park that the thing was being done, Bletchley Park. But no, it was a highly secret program. Wives will go to work in the morning and come back, and the husbands will not know where they went to. They think they went to the barber shop or something. So they went there, and do you know it was in that very Bletchley Park that the British developed and designed a machine that began to intercept Nazi codes, Nazi signals, intercept and interpret them. In fact, when they first intercepted, there were some attacks that they said allowed to happen, so that they did, so they won't give Hitler the impression that they were intercepting his codes and signals. Hitler had this Enigma machine that you won't be able, that had thousands of patterns. You won't be able to tell what the message really was about, but they were able to decode it from Bletchley Park. And historians have said it again and time and again that Bletchley Park helped to end World War II, but that is to cut it short by 2 years and saved lives. Okay. Now in Nigeria, the only time, and of course, when I say America and the atomic bomb, for America, the atomic bomb was their own response. They gathered the best scientists they could get: Klaus Fuchs, Oppenheimer, just name them.
And of course, the great Albert Einstein.
They were all part of the whole thing. It was the Hungarian scientist Leo Szilard that invented the chain reaction that could give them the whole thing. So he took the whatever to Einstein and said, "I've written this letter. You sign and say you are the one advising the American president to initiate the project." Then they passed on to Oppenheimer to lead the scientists. There were teenagers in their ranks, mathematicians, physicists, anybody who was anything in the sciences was there. As far as you are brain enough to be, Enrico Fermi and so on. Now, in Nigeria, look at our country. Okay, the only time the best of our very best we are hands-on on any serious project that was Nigerian was the Civil War. You know why? Because both Ojukwu and Gowon summoned the finest brains that they could have on their sides to prosecute the war. Unfortunately, it was a war in which the best of our men were put to their worst use.
Of course, that's
much
serious. That's what war does.
So much so that in Biafra, when Ojukwu wanted to have them write what later became the Ahira Declaration, what Biafra stood for, when they wanted to put it to paper, there was a debate in Biafra between the Oxford and Cambridge camps. Who should do? They had the luxury of debating whether the people that came from Oxford or the ones that came from Cambridge should write it. For example, a man like Dr. Sylvester Ugo, who was governor of Central Bank in Biafra, later became Shagare's Minister of Science and Technology. They were such brains. In 53-58, we had a man who had PhD in arithmetics. So you need to put this in context where the world was back then and how far Nigeria had gone. But the only time, like I said, we had our best on the pitch was during the war. Now ask yourself.
So
we have insecurity today.
Don't tell me the next assemblage of the best brains will be another war,
because they've never been. Now let me wrap with this.
The truth is,
may I wrap with this, sir?
As it was with Churchill, also was with Napoleon. The common denominator is the fact that those societies recognize talent, values, not necessarily at wartime. In our own climb, I like the Oguni case that came during the Biafra. During the peacetime, we had eggheads, the likes of the Awujobis of this world, Professor Awujobi. They invented cars, but it never went beyond.
Are we living in peacetime today?
Well, we have another war of some sort. Okay. We are not appropriately governed in the way we should be governed. We should be in the same league, okay, as some BRIC now extended countries. We are not on the map as regards that. As we speak, okay, beyond invention, we are great in sports. We are great in Hollywood. We are great in theater. So we are even making waves. Adekunle, is it on chess?
Tunde
Onokoya. Point remains the fact that because we are not being properly led, then you are in war. You are in a war of some sort. Because you do not know what your priorities should be, as we have in those 10 governors, just going there without any sense of shame and fully aware of the fact that part of some of the things they are doing, that if we do not look at them properly, I hope they will not be taking their state allocations. I mean, we know what happens. State allocations to go look for forex, to be able to now then go in there and waste it on consumption. They will come back to still find the problems that I think they are running away from, because I see this as running away from a problem. If they are not running away from problem to go and learn how to govern, they are either doing parties in Grenada, they are either doing discourse in some other countries. I think Dubai is now beset with floods now.
A Newfoundland.
So, sea clouding is not making them to go there.
Let me announce
again. You begin to wonder.
Let me announce it's 8:30. Go on.
So, the point is, Cyril, no matter how decrepit our institutions of learning would have been, we still have reserves like you have in military. You still give papers. I can tell you for free that papers have been given. Go to social media and go out. And by the way, I regret, Colonel
Hassan Stan Lambo,
who just died. He comes on television and he says, look, the problem of security, we need to begin to look at governance and look at it properly. Well, of course, it's just died. Point I am trying to make is we have not been able to prioritize. We have been very short in our ability to have a sense of shame, because when you have a sense of shame, you know you do certain things and then you don't want to come back, and you still think, and we still call them excellencies.
Yeah, I cannot forget, and Cyril knows this. Our own Chatham House is the NIA here in Lagos. Underutilized. It is messed up. It's in a mess.
It is used for book launch.
Professor Bolaji Akiemi, up till today, still it does zoom. Let's look at the problems of Nigeria. When you invite them to come, you hardly see any of these people. Rather, they will say they will want to go out there. As it is with our governors, same with the private sector.
So the blame for this can't be put elsewhere other than on leadership. I was talking about
on rulership. We don't have leaders.
I was talking earlier about how the best of us was used to do the worst things during the war. Now we come back to Nigeria of today. Where are the best of us? I'll tell you something. We've had a war that has ravaged, that has been raging on for years.
Which war is this?
The Boko Haram war. Let me just pick that one.
And hunger war.
And I'm coming. And Boko Haram, for example.
And planlessness.
Yes, it has just been about the army. Okay, as if you went there, you just shoot them and kill them. When you're fighting a war of ideology, it can't be the army alone. Look at what the Americans did. The Americans have a particular, is a brigade or battalion, Fort Bragg. Okay, Fort Bragg is not a combatant, whatever. That's a brigade, using the word loosely now. That's a brigade that fights the war of the mind.
Yeah.
That's a brigade
of the brain,
that fights the war of perception. That's their specialty. That's the one thing that they are committed to doing all the time.
Did we not at one time have MAMSA in this country? Where has it gone to?
Yeah, good. Now,
so we have embraced the wrong.
MAMSA is an example of a government determined to mobilize its people and putting the best man to do the job at the right time. But over the years, we've not done that. It was Achebe who challenged the Nigerian government in 1982 to say there was nobody in the country that was the right man for the right job at the time. Until today, that same traditional trajectory has continued. Now I'm asking, the war on Boko Haram, what has been the contribution of Nigerian psychologists or language experts in helping to end that war? Or we think it's just to go and kill people and walk away? There are Nigerians who are helping the U.S. Army and all these people, all these BB companies with robotic innovations and AI and stuff like that. Isn't it a shame? Will America let that happen? That their citizens, their best citizens are going to work for Ghana or Burundi or Uganda or Australia or
therefore, Cyril, what you are saying, if I understand,
they are packing their bags and walking away from the country.
If I understand you,
because it's not working for anybody.
We are not a nation. We do not look at the same vision. We don't look at solving the problems the same way. Talking about the Boko Haram thing that you just spoken about, talking about the headers, farmers' crisis that has dovetailed us. In livestock, the nut alone can be the gold generator in terms of economy for Nigeria. But are we looking at that? What has happened, in my opinion, is that we have become lazy both intellectually and mentally. And when you see people who come, rulership.
Not us, yes, okay.
Rulership. I've not seen many leaders in this part of our divide. They know. You tell them this is the way to go, and they say no. I mean, for whatever. We had the president in this country who said that, yeah, yours is to give me advice. I may take it, I may not take it. So we are not united.
A good leader does not say things like that.
We are not united, and the earlier we come to terms to the fact that we need to discuss and understand our differences in a way and manner that without necessarily shedding blood. Because we can't continue to do the same thing all the time and expect different results. And that is the truth. It is the reason why 10 governors in 2024 with state assemblies in tow, and they have families, they have friends, they've gone to school, will decide that the next best thing for them to do was to go to America to go and learn how to secure their areas. And they'll be going with so many aids. So, and this is at a time when many of them won, many of those states are not viable. Their internally generated capacity is low. They wait for allocations all the time.
So
what are we then talking about?
When you hear that governors are very powerful in this country, What strikes you?
What strikes me is the fact that we've given the bayonets and the guns to the empty people that Cyril calls the very worst of us. And those are the ones that should be guiding us. It's the reason why a country will put an AK-47 in the hand of a police sergeant who has not been paid. These governors, some of them have not paid the enhanced wage increment, not to even talk. Okay? Not to talk of going to base of paying 30,000 naira. And these people feel that the next best thing for them to do is to go out there to go and secure. Gumi has told them point blank, yeah, the only thing that you can do is...
Gumi is not going with them.
I thought he should be part of it because he's already saying, look, governors, the only thing that can resolve this thing is continue to...
You may be surprised now that
continue to give ransom, with bandits. Some of the things he has said, they are already doing. Hey. What is wrong with us? I also know, and Cyril should know also, that in this same country, not necessarily because we have issues, a particular part of this country says certain elements should not come within the same country. You cannot come into our ivory tower and you become... Things may be changing now, but at one point in time, you cannot. Whether in jurisprudence, whether it's in academics, whether it's in mental health, you say, look, unless you are from our clan, we are not going to get you. Is that a society that you can call a nation, that you can call patriots? Everybody wants to take his or her own bit of it and then just leave. So Buhari will now then come, Babangida will now then come and say that after looting of Nigeria, still surprised that Nigeria is still standing on its feet. Those are the kind of people that we have as leaders. Hopefully, Hope Agenda will get into a better trajectory of looking at what needs to be looked at. We need to restructure Nigeria, pure and simple.
Yes, Cyril, let's begin to take it home.
To be honest, right? If the president has his hands firmly on the wheel, they shouldn't go for this meeting. All the great countries in
Can he stop them? He has no such powers.
No. He can persuade them.
Oh.
And
you think some people have not persuaded these governors?
No, he will.
Power corrupts absolutely, Cyril.
Has the president done it? Has the president...
Power corrupts absolutely. People in the ivory tower will have told them this is a wrong thing to do, but they will not listen.
But it's an assumption. Now, what the president could even do, right, is to even, he's been speaking on a lot of things. He could simply say, our approach as a government is to seek internal solutions to internal problems. That was what Bill Clinton said at his inauguration in 1992. What did he say? He said, for every American problem, there's an American solution.
That's America.
You see the
world. Does that apply to Nigeria?
You see the world.
Is Nigeria a country like you have in the US?
No, see.
Let's face facts, Cyril.
In the end, every country must own its own. You see, when the Ghanaian president was being sworn in, and they went and took some lines from Bill Clinton's inauguration and put it in the Ghanaian president's speech. Mm-hmm. Plagiarism brought it out. They said it was stolen.
Of course.
But do we also know that every country has its own, its culture, its writers, its thinkers? Every country has its own. And the idea of nationhood is that every country will look within itself, tap into its best, and bring and maximize its potential to its fullest. Then anything lacking therefrom, you can go and borrow to add to yourself. But you see, Germany is Germany because of who they are. The Americans look inwards and look for solutions to no problems. France does the same thing. China does the same thing. Russia does the same thing. This problem of insecurity, we've said it before, time and again, it is not an organic problem. It is purely man-made. It has sponsors. The government is not able to go after. There's a lot of housekeeping or house cleaning that we ought to do.
Not able to go after, or too afraid to go after.
Probably one of the two, if not even both. In the newspaper review, I gave an example of how not to run a country. How that the the EFCC policemen, operatives went to the home of a former governor, laid siege to his house. The man's on security aid said they couldn't enter, blocked them from entering. Then a governor, and that lasted for that standoff was for about 5 hours. Looks to me like a country that is like a republic without leadership. Because if there was leadership, now somebody should have made the phone. You see, these are security operatives who answer to a commander in chief through their commanders.
Yeah.
Somebody should have picked up the phone. Now they say they've withdrawn Yaya Bello's ADs and securities, but why didn't you do that real time?
You say
why was there no coordination?
You say it's too little.
We now require the Americans to teach us how to also coordinate that.
You say it's too little, too late, because we have put our thinking cap behind.
Please, who put it behind? Again, who put it behind?
We put it behind by ourselves.
Who?
Now, I'm going to say something to you now, Cyril. Yes, governance structure. We are operating a constitution that we all know that is not working for us. It is, in my mind. This
matter is not constitutional.
Just a minute. Akin, you have mentioned the constitution.
Yes.
Is our problem constitutional or attitudinal?
Both. We have a constitution, but ordinarily.
The constitution is not the problem.
It's the people, it's the attitude. I agree.
Yeah.
Go and bring somebody from the US that my friend is talking about under this same condition.
The constitution.
He or she will fail woefully.
The 1999 constitution, as amended, and Cyril knows this, has not empowered any government to sponsor people on pilgrimages.
Okay,
Goodness.
It has
90 billion naira.
Who says so? And who Henry David Thoreau is not what is presented to you, it is what you see. These governors got there, bereft of ideas. Look at this same constitution, and they have constituent assemblies, and they decide to do the wrong thing.
Who voted them in?
Yeah, people voted them in.
They took themselves, so some of them took themselves.
In other words, whether you say it's robbed,
so the people,
democracy
the people
is not working in the way it should work.
Hold on. So the people deliberately voted their worst to, in the expectation that they'll do their best. Is it possible?
Well, all I know for sure is that they voted their people in. We vote sometimes based on so many other considerations, and we don't want to get into that. But what I just wanted to raise is that, Cyril made a point that the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria could be influential, could influence.
Yes.
I agree, absolutely. This same president has told state governors, please play the supplement salaries. Have they listened to him?
All right, please.
Have they?
Okay.
They've not done all that, and then the next thing is they are jumping on the plane and going to seek for security.
We must apply the brakes here because it's time to turn over the microphone to the listener. But just before he comes on, let me say this. When on 2011, what's his name now? The Saudi Arabian man.
Bin Laden
yes. Attacked the US.
Yes.
2001.
2001 and yes. 9/11,
Yes.
The Americans give teeth to the Patriot Act. And it took 10 long years to hunt the man, but they got there.
Yeah.
They did.
But mine is, as we sit here, we don't need the PDP solution. We don't need the APC solution. Neither do we require the NNPP or the Labour Party
or the others.
Or the others.
Okay.
We need a Nigerian solution to a Nigerian problem.
A patriotic solution.
Because this problem was created by Nigeria and Nigerians.
Okay, and so only Nigerians can resolve. And that is the point I'm making about leadership. Because the hands of the leaders are in the whole of this. And it's the reason why it becomes intractable. Yes.
Okay, 0700 903 903 903. Let's get you talking. You understand the issues now, so let's go there. I have a first respondent.
Yeah, Mr. Jones. Good morning once again.
Yeah.
You have Ambassador Musba here from
Okay, go on, sir.
Yeah, your guest said something. but no solution. We agree the governor will live like a king, empire, everything. But the people, what are the solutions? You want to tell me the people have no role to play? I cannot believe that. Educate Nigerians. What we need to do, a joint of 1,000 minds, begin with a stop. Educate us. And, we've been divided. And to do it with this divided religious whatever, PDP, APC, political parties are the same. The same people. What do we do to hold them accountable? And what do we do to put them on their toes? These are Nigerians need to educate. Educate us on more on that.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, what do you yourself say? If you have just joined us, 10 governors are to fly to the U.S. to learn how to protect the region at the invitation of the Africa Center at the U.S. Institute of Peace. What's your take? Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir, I greet you.
Yeah, you have me Kamba or like customer.
Mba, please, put your radio out of it, please. I want to take you, please, please.
Oh, okay, it is off.
Okay, we'll find out. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, my contribution concerning, there is one of the guests or the girl in the studio who said that we are lazy. Correct the impression. We are not lazy. Take for instance, are we lazy that some of us we went to the farm and yet the bandits will kill many and yet no government? The problem we have is the fundamental of government. When the government is good, people will be good. When the leadership of the family fell, which is father, mother, failed, what do you think that the children will do? The leadership of this country from up to down is failure. And that is why it look like we are the problem. The masses are the problem. The problem, especially we have, is the government. Okay, take for instance insecurity. They cannot even build insecurity. None of our fathers or mothers or the elder ones can go to farm today. Is it the people will do it or is it the government will do it? The reason why we are in this where we are today, we claim to be one where we are not one for anything we know. What makes us one is those people who benefited from it.
Thank you. 60 seconds. All right, 0700-903-903-903. Let's get you talking. Good morning, welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir.
My name is Kelechi. I'm calling from Okota.
Kelechi, your radio is holding back.
Oh, please, hold on 1 minute. Let me turn it off. Is it okay now?
Go on.
All right, Nigeria's problems are better solved by Nigerians and can be solved by Nigerians in a very short while. Once a president told us if he doesn't win an election, the former president now, monkeys and baboons will bat in blood, something like that. We know our problems, but we don't want to solve it because we have our hands deep in them. Like where I come from in the southeast, in Imo State precisely, the problems can go within 30 minutes if the governor decides to do what is right. But because he has his hands in them, those things can't go. And so for those going out to waste taxpayers' money, they should come home, get our psychologists, get our professors here to tell them how to go about these things. And they should be dedicated to that cause.
60 seconds are up. Thank you. We got you first time. 0700-903-903-903. What do you yourself say? Good morning to you.
Good morning, this is Ijo.
Yes, sir.
This is Bala from Ikotum.
Bala, go on.
Yeah, we thank you for this word today. You see, what I want to talk about is security and the way I see things. First of all...
No, do you understand what we are talking about?
Yes, because you talk about the insecurity that...
No. Listen to me. 10 governors, 10 northern governors have been invited over to the United States so they can learn how to protect the region. That's what we're talking about.
It's just laughable. in a situation that somebody was arrested as a kidnapping, released, and become hero. Even the policeman that went there, they kill them, but today they are on the street. They even jubilate and give me cheap transit. What are we talking about security? When they are even talking about the state police, how many governors that take care of their police state command? Even some are not even by bicycle. We are in this one where the police will arrest the Dume. The Dume was put in jail and released, and the policeman that was they are not today. Nobody talk about them. They are going to US. They will go and come back now. My guys, the Nigerian matter is job laughable. So when you just lose your job, you be worried. Thank you very much, sir.
All right then. The line is free now. 0700 903 903 903. Call us. Let's get to hear you. It's important what you say. Yeah, Cyril. Okay, call is there. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, Citizen Jones.
Good morning, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me? My name is Shola, and I'm calling in from Ikoto.
Shall I go on?
Okay, yes. The problem we have in this country is that we are trying to emulate, we are trying to fashion out our system of government after foreigners. Fine, we can take one or two things, but what matters is we need to fashion out our constitution from our traditions and ways of life. Okay, now these governors are going, they've been invited to come and learn on how to secure. It's like the other fellow said, it's so laughable, and it's a shame unto us. This is just a journey of, just going for an excursion. We keep deceiving ourselves, and that is why we are where we are today. The system of government we are practicing, we need to develop, we need to restructure, and that is why we are seeing all this impunity from our leaders.
Okay.
There's a saying I want to round up with. There's a saying that the people deserve the government that they have.
Thank you. We got that first time. Thank you. All right. Akin, 30 seconds. Take this home.
It is still possible for us to have learned, unlearn, and relearn on our problems. Going abroad to go and resolve problems of security, economics. We have eggheads here. It's not even about necessarily going to school. We have people who are hands-on if we choose to be serious. And the only way is to have character to lead. And we must restructure Nigeria so Nigeria can breathe.
Thank you. Cyril, 30 seconds.
Yes, the president should do well to gather Nigeria's finest home and abroad. Put them in a room. Get a blueprint out of them. And let's begin from there.
Okay, I'm out of here, but not before thanking Akin Fatunke for his time. Many thanks.
Thank you very much, Citizen Jones.
And Cyril Abaku for your time.
My pleasure, Citizen Jones.
Okay then, I said it, let me reiterate, we don't need a PDP solution, APC solution, Labour solution, NNPP solution, or any other solution, but a Nigerian solution. Bye-bye now. I'm out of here. Good morning.